Hello everybody, welcome back to Xcom Enemy Within. Now then, last time we fought back Exalt a little bit, however, we are now down 5 countries out of the project, with Egypt likely to leave very soon. Now, we also have the little hiccup of having literally no meld, and we need, what, 3 ghost grenades that we cannot supply. Because we don't have any secret corpses. So, all we can really do is continue scanning.
Commander, we just received a Priority 1 request from the Council.
Alright, and now we go on to a council
We look
mission.
forward to seeing your progress.
Now, for the first time in a very good while, we have Don Hamilton on our team. But that's not the only thing we have now. After taking out Exalt in the last mission, we have a myriad of new laser weapons to play with. Or we would had if I hadn't been an idiot and had researched the heavy laser. So I guess our heavies are stuck with conventional bullets for now. It's done them so far. Hopefully it will continue.
Prepare for deployment, Strike 1.
You know, hopefully it'll continue to work.
France is
out.
sending an urgent mission request. Commander, Strike 1 needs to approach that ship with caution. According to Annette, the remaining captives are being held in stasis, but the aliens can shut down life support functions at any moment. The system is controlled by a command console. If we can take it out, it'll give us a chance to bring those people home safe. We have a new objective.
Now then, at least now we have some more snipers with laser weapons, and we probably had some more laser pistols. I just forgot to equip them. Damn it. Anyway, at the very least, we are most likely sufficiently armed for this stage in the game.
Enemy spotted.
We are certainly sufficiently armed for these thin men. As Don Hamilton takes a shot, which hits with a pistol, and which hits and kills off the first sectoid. Now then, our other operative can just go on Overwatch, and everyone else is going to mirror that.
The aliens are onto you, Strike 1. That sound is coming from the console. Get moving and find it before the aliens execute those captives.
Alright, and it looks like that thin man not only exploded, but whatever was left of him took off into outer space. So, let's continue to move up our operatives. We don't want those, we don't want those hostages to die on us. Not only would it look bad, it would be our first proper mission failure. Which, mission failures is a number that we want to keep to 0 as best we can.
Additional alien contacts approaching Strike 1's position, Commander.
Alright, sorry about that. I just lowered the game volume. I just lowered the desktop sound on OBS. That's probably very jarring, but it's whatever. A thin man drops down, takes a reaction shot, which goes wide. Luckily, we have plenty of snipers who are more than willing to take it out. But first, let's give our support a chance at redemption. A chance she takes and, well, she redeems herself. Taking out that last thin man, or that first thin man, depending on how you look at it. Don Hamilton, of course, is going to move between pieces of half cover because of her low profile ability. There's no point in running her all the way off to full cover if it is available for our allies as well. Alright, now we can just move up and be sure to put as many as we can onto Overwatch. Alright, and the music's picked up, but I don't see any aliens, and Central did not alert us of any new aliens that have come into the AO. So, let's continue to move up. A few of our operatives are going to dash, just so that we don't end up with those, with some dead captives in our hands. Nobody wants that, especially not the captives, or us.
Alien reinforcements are inbound, Commander.
That alien there, it's not carrying a weapon like the others. What could it be doing?
So, a brand new type of alien drops down and immediately takes reaction shots. I think he could have picked a better spot to drop down, because he dropped down in front of some of the best Xcom has to offer. 50% headshot, we may as well. Hits, dealing 12 damage off of a critical hit. This, however, does enrage the enemy, which will cause him to move, but I do not believe he can attack. So, our support's going to take a shot, which will force the alien to move yet again. So, let's be sure to not finish him off with Don Hamilton, and try and take the kill. This is our first shot, but due to Bullet Storm, she can miss her second as well. So, let's have our remaining heavy take a shot. And at this point, our mech trooper is the only person left besides Don Hamilton. Alright, and that is an alien, our first alien down. After taking an embarrassing amount of hits, it, well, went down, same as the rest of them. In hindsight, we probably could have brought an arc thrower along on this mission, but there's not much we can do about that now.
Roger that.
So let's move everybody up, being sure to keep them in the best cover possible. Don Hamilton would be grappling up to the roof, however, she has no need to, given her new muscle fiber density. But it's probably best to not send her up there alone. But given the fact that we have no one else who can go up there, I guess we don't have much of a choice. If we encounter an alien, we can always jump back down. Alright, and we do not. It turns out that distortion was just alien technology on the roof. I said that weird. No, I'm not changing it. I think it's better that way.
When do I get to shoot an alien?
So we move everybody up, and Net voicing her frustrations about the lack of aliens she shoots, even though she took 2 shots and missed them both. Alright, no more enemies have come in quite yet, so let's move up, which will reveal 2 Thin Men, which typically would be a problem if we didn't have so many heavies on our team today. Well, it still is a bit of an issue because we can't actually get a line of sight on them, and they are in cover. But a flamethrower will do the job just fine. However, that's still not all of them. We do have one remaining group of sectoids, which can be easily disposed of with a single grenade while they are unable to see us.
Throwing grenade!
And with that, we take down another group of Thin Men. Don Hamilton continues to move up on the roof, and Alexi will move up, Kieran taking her old spot, and our sniper bringing up the rear.
Roger that.
Don Hamilton may as well pistol Overwatch. Well, actually, it's probably better to have her throw battle scanner into the room we're about to go into.
It looks like the abductees are still alive, but we're not out of the woods yet. We still have to get them out of there.
Which reveals the alien console we are sought to
If we're going to
destroy.
save the captives, we'll need to either move in and disable the system, or destroy it with explosives.
And with 2 turns left, that should be more than feasible. Especially with the amount of heavies we have with us today. Not to mention our mech trooper's collateral damage ability.
Hostiles are entering the AO.
Alright, another of these unarmed mutons drops down. They're called Berserkers, by the way. Don Hamilton takes an 85% to hit, which deals 13 damage off a crit, and also activates the muton's Intimidate ability. But that doesn't matter because Don Hamilton can simply take another shot, which somehow goes wide, even off an 85%. So at this point, we are kinda stuck. We do really need to go up there and assist Don Hamilton, but there's no good way of doing so. Everywhere we can go would result in a dash, so we may as well send up Alexi, or Andre, in his mech suit. He walks right through the poison, also triggering a reaction shot, which deals 2 damage, which kinda sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, after Alexi runs through all of that, he goes up on the roof, and will hopefully take the punishment. For Don Hamilton. But it's still a good idea to try and avoid that wherever possible. Unfortunately, Annette is just barely out of range with her rocket, and no one else can really get a clean shot. So we're going to move Alexi up into half cover. I said we're going to move Alexi up into half cover.
Moving on target location.
And Annette is going to dash up right in front of the door. Now then, we unfortunately get to see how much damage these new forms of mutons do.
Time to motor. I think it poisoned me.
It is still very possible, however, for them to miss.
That's what armor is for.
The Thin Man comes up and takes a shot, dealing 4 damage. And this Berserker runs up and takes a melee shot on Andre, which will kill him. Which sucks, but at least it wasn't Don Hamilton, who can now finish off that Berserker. Hindsight, I probably could have done half a dozen things different to avoid that death, but there will be other mech troopers, and we can instead have Mr. Alexi take a rocket shot, the 90% to destroy the command console.
Excellent work out there, Commander. We're reading zeros across the board on that device. Looks like you managed to stop the termination sequence.
Well, I would hope that we managed to stop the termination
All we need to
sequence.
do now is
We
secure
did
the area and
blow it
eliminate
up.
any remaining hostiles.
Yep. Alright, well,
Okay.
that was jank move. Command, I don't know what was up with that. But either way, we are down only 1 operative, which is very rough. And not to mention it was the mech operative, and Don Hamilton most likely could have survived that hit. But I did not want to take any chances with our star operative. But, while we can't bring back Alexei, we can certainly make sure our other operatives don't die of poison. And Don Hamilton is going to get revenge for Alexei, the 76. Connects and
The odds
destroys
were
the
against
thin.
us on this one, and we still managed to pull through. The 3 remaining captives have been secured, and if we're lucky, we may just have found some new recruits for Xcom.
Alright, and hopefully we can get some more mech troopers. We also got the achievement, Ours Are the Furies. Got another achievement earlier, I just forgot to mention it. Alright, and it looks like our sniper has been promoted, so we are going to get another squad site sniper. If they live up to the legend that is Don Hamilton, we will
be in
hopefully
touch, Commander.
have another very strong
They may
operative.
have finally found the purpose behind Annette's captivity, and the results are disturbing to say the least. It appears that Annette and the other unique captives are capable of amplifying the psionic abilities of others, allowing the aliens to exert mental control over a number of victims simultaneously. Unfortunately, in using Annette to attack Xcom, the resulting stress caused significant trauma to her neurotissue. She will never have this specific ability again, although she may still retain psionic aptitude.
Alright, and she'll be the next person we run through side testing. For now, we have to wait for our satellites to finish, but we do, of course, research the Firestorm. And we may as well get started on heavy lasers. First, let's check out what it takes to build a Firestorm, which is surprisingly affordable. We can get 2. Alrighty then, let's continue scanning.
Detected.
Or we would if a UFO hadn't landed. So then, we also have our assault captain, who of course has the ability to go invisible. Let's give him a light plasma rifle and kite plating. There is a research item we can do to allow us to carry more stuff. However, that's for later on down the road. Down the road, if you'll excuse me. I didn't know you could skip that liftoff cutscene. I didn't mean to. I was going for my mute button. Either way,
Touching down.
let's begin.
Australia has sent a number of requests for assistance, so that's our next drop site.
This is Big Sky. We're in position near the enemy LZ. Strike 1 is ready to move on your orders.
I read
Besides
you,
the
Big
loss
Sky.
of
This was a
our
landing,
trooper
not a crash, so expect heavy
and
resistance.
the injury of one of our snipers, we can keep moving with basically the same team.
Roger
No, that
that.
wasn't a sniper. Alright, I don't remember who got injured last mission, but whoever it was is the only person who won't be on this mission from the last one. Besides, of course, our mech trooper, who will soon be replaced. So, let's start off by moving everybody up. We do have a bit of a timer, but not a major one. It is also a great opportunity to get ourselves more meld. Speaking of meld, we have a fix on its location, so to speak. So, let's move up Kieran to hopefully be able to see.
that location.
And we'll
Alien
have
object in sight.
which
That's affirmative.
we managed to
Enemy
do.
in sight.
However, when we move up Don Hamilton, it reveals a group of mutons and a berserker. Alright. So.
That's affirmative.
First things first, let's send Don Hamilton dashing backwards.
Heading there now.
Second thing, let's have our heavy go on Overwatch. And last but not least, let's send our support
Moving
dashing
to
into
position.
half cover.
Going in for the kill.
Our assault is going to move up into full cover. Should have done this earlier due to his mimetic skin, but at least we have a 73% hit, which we will save just in case. And will instead go on Overwatch. Alright,
Are you sure
this
it's
mission doesn't look like it's the best start, and we may have to cut it off halfway through. We are running out of time. Alright, the Berserker moves up, triggering a reaction shot from our heavy, which misses, and Captain Shen takes a reaction shot, dealing 5 damage. That, however, does not stop the alien from moving up and punching him on the stern. Another alien takes a reaction shot at Don Hamilton. But, of course, our assault is strong enough to resist. So, or to take no noticeable damage. So, we do still want to get that meld canister, so let's take care of these enemies quickly. Don Hamilton opening up with a headshot, which deals a crit, leaving the Berserker with all but 2 health, having been removed. And once take another shot, a 75%, 30% to crit to hopefully, but no, I was going to say hopefully remove the muton, but we did not. So, looks like our sniper can't get a shot, so let's move him into half cover and have him use his pistol to hopefully take care of that Berserker, which fails, but either way, he is on 1 health, which means that we can stun it
When do I get to shoot an alien?
with a 90% to stun.
I'd rather defeat it.
Alright, and our
we're
first
taking
captive
him
in a
back
very long
alive?
while. So, pneumatic skin, well, it's a very good ability, one that we, however, cannot use until now. Our operative will remain invisible until he leaves full cover,
Moving to position.
which is very powerful if you want to scout.
Copy that.
So let's move Alexei up so that he has the high ground to suppress this muton,
X-ray locked down.
which will also holo target him. I am kind of tempted to use flush, but I think that's unnecessary. Won't stop me though.
Run, bitches.
Alright, deals 2 damage, which forces our muton enemy out of cover. However, it does also remove the suppression. But it also lets Miss Hagen take a shot, dealing 5 damage, leaving the last muton with 1 remaining health. However, it does also mean it is currently outflanking us. The other muton takes a page out of our book and suppresses one of our operatives, and the muton with 1 health decides to move around and not attack.
Getting close to me.
Looks like we lost our first thing of meld, rather unfortunately. Unless, I don't remember if this is how it works, but I'm going to hope that we don't need to collect it and turn left. We do, however, also reveal a mectoid. Looks like I was wrong about how it works, but at least our operative is in full cover now. While we definitely can take a shot to sorry, nerves getting to me now. While we definitely can take a shot to remove one of the sectoids, I don't think it's worth the effort. So instead, what we're going to do is we are going to have, or we would have one of our operatives move up and try and take care of that muton as with their arc thrower. However, our sniper is going to take a shot with his pistol, which will, well, remove one enemy from play. Don Hamilton's going to take an 85% and remove a sectoid. Alright, with our first melt canister lost. I don't know why I just did that, but 59%. Alright, we connect. Which will now allow our suppressed heavy to fire a rocket. But we're not going to do that.
You better
It's a
keep
waste
me
of a
going
rocket. And that is going to move on Overwatch. And our heavy is going to move into half cover, because his cover was destroyed, and reload.
They're starting to lose ground.
Alright, as that muton retreats, Annette takes a shot, which goes wide.
Not even close.
And we lose our first meld canister. And the mectoid decides to charge up. And takes a shot at our support, I do believe. And our sectoid decides to buff the mectoid. Yep, and we just lost the meld canister. Which means that we really should hurry up to try and get the next one. But Don Hamilton would take a shot at the mectoid, but first let's see if we can't remove its armor. Alright, we're not in range for a rocket, and our assault has no ammunition. So let's just have him reload. And it looks like all we can really do to remove the mectoid's armor is to, well, destroy it, or bleh, is to attack it. We can't kill the sectoid giving it armor. So let's start off on that with a rocket. Let's move our one of our snipers up. May as well Overwatch. Don Hamilton is going to reload so that she can fire 2 shots on the next turn. And our support takes a shot with her light plasma, dealing 2 damage and removing the shield. Now that muton also retreats further into cover. And the mectoid kills off as support. Oh, and that sectoid decides to just give the the mechtoid armor yet again, so let's try and nip that in the bud. The 72%, that goes wide.
Damn it, missed the target.
You know more about this than I do.
And it moves up, and we may as well take a 61%, which goes wide. It's starting to say that a little bit too much, this mission. I don't like it. Our sniper moves up. He is in squad sight range, but he can't see anything. So we may as well move up Don Hamilton as well, who can't use squad sight, but she may as well pistol overwatch. And Alexi is just...
I'm getting shot at here.
I'm under fire.
Alright, and now we have an approximate location on the next meld canister. So let's start off with our sniper taking a shot to remove the muton from play. We may as well get him a little bit of experience.
Going in for the kill.
And we're going to have our assault use running gun to move into half cover, where he has an 82% to remove the sectoid, which also goes wide yet again.
Missed.
But what this does mean is that Dawn Hamilton can take an 85% of her own, which also goes wide.
Adjusting sight.
That is the luckiest damn sectoid in history. Let's try again. And this time we connect and cook the damn thing. This does also do 3 damage to the mechtoid, which we can follow up on with a 6 damage dealing rocket, hopefully. Alright. Annette can also take, I believe, 2 shots,
Out of rounds.
or she would be able to if she didn't have to reload.
They're backing up. Advance.
Now it looks like that mechtoid's running away. However, let's not get overconfident quite yet. There almost definitely will be many, many more. Let's refrain from sending our assault dashing up to chase after, and instead relatively slowly move everybody up.
Moving out.
Aye, aye, Commander.
See if we can't get Don Hamilton to grapple onto the roof. No, but a little bit further isn't awful.
Throwing the hook.
Could this be the ship responsible for the attacks taking place during the alien abductions?
We're going to move up our assault just a little bit. We should probably have tried to get him back into full cover so that he can be concealed again, but
Alright,
it's
alright.
whatever. And Alexi is just going to dash up as well. Alright, and again we have an approximate location on the next meld canister.
I'm on it, Commander.
So let's send Dawn Hamilton up to the roof. Given her newfound muscle fiber density, we probably could and should give the grappling suit to somebody else.
Heading to that
So,
location.
we're going to conceal our assault, which allows us to be concealed as long as we're in cover. Full cover, that is. let's call that a demonstration on
Okay,
the
I'll
ability.
check it out. Enemy here!
Alright, and moving a net up reveals two seekers. Just what we need to craft some ghost grenades and hopefully complete a quest. So, let's Overwatch. One of the seekers moves up and strangles Annette. Hopefully she will last longer than the other plot-related operative we had. Just realized. Our sniper decides to take a shot with his pistol, dealing 3 damage off of a critical hit. Don Hamilton's gonna continue moving up on the roof, where she finds nothing. We may as well run and gun up our assault.
Yes, sir.
This may very well not have been the best mission to bring him on, but there's not much you can do at this point. So let's have Annette take shots at
I'll have to
the...
focus.
Take a shot at the... Nope, both shots. Whoops. I wanted to have her reload, but oh well.
I'm about to start keeping score.
Alright, and let's also move up Alexi to Overwatch, just in case that other seeker decides to strangle someone who's not him. This is also a markedly bigger alien, so we may... UFO, so we are more likely to get an absolute crapload of materials from it.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Continuing to move Don Hamilton up on the roof, we still find nothing.
Okay.
We finally move our assault into full cover so that he can
Did I
best
get the two
utilize
aliens
his
over there?
nomadic skin.
I'm on it, Commander.
And we just move everybody else
Location
up
confirmed.
regularly.
They're moving around the side.
Alright, the other seeker decides to
One
go
down,
to
but I'm
strangle
not near to
someone
reload.
and absorb and eats 2 reaction shots.
Stepping off.
So, we move up our nomadic skin having assault just to do a bit of scouting.
Moving to position.
Finds nothing, and Don Hamilton continues moving on the roof.
On the move.
Really should have tried to give her a laser pistol this mission, but the thought
When
completely
do I get to
skipped
shoot
my
an
mind.
alien? I'm reloading
And
my
that gets to
gun.
reload, and everyone
On the
else just
move.
moves up. We're very, very unlikely to get the melt canister. It'll probably be removed on either this or the next turn. Alright. And what the hell?
Aye, aye,
Move
Commander.
up Don Hamilton a little bit further and have her throw a battle scanner down into the next room over,
Scanners online.
which reveals some more enemies for us. And also reveals that we lost the last meld canister, which is unfortunate, but there will be other opportunities, hopefully. So that reveals the next group of aliens, which hopefully also reveals that we can move, or we could move our operative up to full cover on the next turn. Everyone else is just going to move a little bit up the ramp.
Okay.
so that we can attack with an absolute crapload of weaponry on the next turn. Alright. So let's send our assault dashing up
They're
into full
holding
cover,
tanks of some
and he
kind.
now has
As
eyes on the
repugnant as
enemies.
the thought may be, this is most likely how they keep their latest test subjects alive.
Alright. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can chuck a needle grenade quite up there,
Moving
but
to
we
position.
can move up a little bit, which gives us range on at least one of them.
Throwing
Worth
grenade.
a shot. Alright. And we deal damage. We deal 3 damage to all of the mutons, including one as of yet unrevealed enemy. So, we'll move Don Hamilton over it a little bit.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Have her Overwatch, and have everybody else also Overwatch. Which did not prove to be the right choice, because a muton came right to us. Rather than shooting, decided to just sit around while we shot first.
Heading to that location.
And our assault moves up into a flanking and high ground position with the enemies while still completely invisible. So, let's move some more of our operatives up to right next to the ramp. Fortunately, Don Hamilton can't just jump down there, but it's whatever. Just have her Overwatch with her laser sniper rifle, in case any of the aliens decide to come that way.
I'll check it out.
We're also going to move up a net, have her Overwatch, and finally have our rookie taken, or our assault take an 82 and get rid of his first muton. Does, however, break his cover, or blow his concealment, and I believe remove his cover, but it causes the other muton to move into range of Miss Annette's heavy weapon. But that's not the last enemy. Oh no. There's still that mechtoid, who takes a shot at one of our operatives, but misses, thankfully. So let's have Annette return fire with a 61%, dealing 7 damage, lowering him down to 1 health.
Roger
We may as well try and get our sniper some more experience, the 78% with this pistol. And with that, we bring down the mechtoid. But that's not all, unfortunately.
Heading to that location.
So we put our assault back into concealment and continue moving. Because we lost both melt canisters, we don't have any time limit at all.
Double time.
Let's also bring Dawn Hamilton down. For being such a powerful operative, she doesn't get to see much action. It's probably why she doesn't get to see much action. Just too powerful. Now then, we're back to trying to work out where the enemies are. I do have a pretty good idea of where they are, though. let's try and move everybody up so that they can take care of all the, so that we bleh. Give me a second, I gotta work out how to say this. Alright. We are going to move everybody up so that they can shoot at the enemies, assuming they're behind this door. It could very well be over here, however. But if they are, well, we could still take care of that.
Understood. Moving out.
Alright, now we've moved everybody up. So, let's wait until the next turn to open up the door.
I've seen enough. I don't think there's any question now. The goal of this alien research is to the detriment of all mankind.
Not entirely sure what specifically prompted that voice line, but it doesn't much matter. And that being the only person with a arc thrower, we're going to move her up and hopefully not kill off the sectoid commander on this turn. We've still yet to capture one alive. So let's instead try to take care of his buddy, which succeeds in a rather explosive fashion. So let's just have everybody else hunker down. Don Hamilton is going to take a shot. Well, let's not have everybody hunker down. Just because we can't kill them doesn't mean we can't, well, soften them up a bit. In fact, we very much should. Don Hamilton takes 78 with her pistol. She goes wide, but she does still have double tap. Alright, and we deal 1 damage to the sectoid. And our assault is going to overwatch in case the sectoid decides to move up. She doesn't. And instead tries to mind control Don Hamilton.
Kill them all.
Which would have been a clever choice, except for her neural feedback ability, which deals 5 damage to the alien. The other sectoid attempts mind control, which fails. And at this point, we are going to, well, let's have our assault dash up into full cover, which does reveal him, but it means that he can use flush on the sectoid commander, bringing him down to 1 health. Alright. At this point, unfortunately, we can't capture that sectoid commander alive, but we can fire a shredder rocket and soften the next one up, as well as removing the mind control from Hamilton. I do believe that does also make the enemies slightly less, how do you say, bullet absorbent. Alright, the other sectoid commander moves up, prompting reaction shot, dealing 3 damage. He too mind controls Don Hamilton, but he gets hit with feedback, which kills him, and unlocks us the achievement of Mental Minefield. Unfortunately, we didn't get to capture one, but we still beat the mission with minimal casualties. Granted, avoidable casualties, but either way. And with that, we get a round of promotions. First, we're going to promote our heavy to captain and give him the danger zone ability. Annette is going to get Grenadier, and our other sniper is going to get Damn Good Ground.
Your men certainly seem to have a knack for capturing alien subjects alive. I only hope they realize how important their work is in relation to ours. Please, pass on my gratitude to our forces.
But, with that, we've come to the end of today's episode. Having lost 2 more soldiers and gathered 5 more meld, it's not been the most successful, but it has still yielded something. Not to mention, we have also gained a few more potential operatives, well, actual operatives, in the form of Matthew Hawkins, who we are going to make another gunslinger sniper. We also get a possible medic, as I believe our last one kind of died. But let's not tell him that. Not quite yet. We also get another assault, who we are going to give aggression, lightning reflexes, and a rapid fire. Alright, and with that, we have officially this time come to the end of the episode. Thank you all so much for watching. It has, granted, been a very long one, but hopefully not a very boring one. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you lovely, lovely folks in the next one. Goodbye.